All right, who can hear me now? Hopefully we're back and you guys can hear me. That's the plan anyways. So give me a second while I get the new link to the feed back up and out. Eric, thank you for the tweet. Alrighty, so we seem to have things back to normal. If you guys could give me a good audio check, let me know that we're good. Tom says Lima Charlie. That's good. I just need to get the link to the video on the website, which I'm doing right now, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll. We did get a little sidetracked on Major League Baseball and sweating the live bet where we got a little slow, didn't really dive into NBA today as much as I would have wanted, wanted to. So now that we're good to go and you guys are saying it's ready to rock and roll, let's continue where we left off, and hopefully that's winning. Brendan Ball, are they going to play? I haven't seen any update. It says, only activity so far in here tonight, starting pitcher Sonny Gray walking out onto the field with ball and glove. Gray is headed to the bullpen. No word on the start time, though. Hashtag Reds. That's from Mark Sheldon. So hopefully they get it done. Perfect video. Good. Glad. It was something with the live stream software was freezing up, which is a first. That's never happened. So hopefully it doesn't happen again, but if it does, it does, and we'll deal with it there. But it shouldn't. It shouldn't. All right, guys. Pelicans up by 7.5 against Memphis. I believe somebody said Pelicans minus 2.5. I believe it was Lamont said Pelicans minus 2.5 first quarter. That cashed if you bet it. That one cashed. He also said take the Lakers first quarter minus 2.5. Max bet it. I remember specifically. So Lamont, if you're watching, great job. You're halfway to a double hitter right there. Yankees up 3-1. Bases juiced for the Mets with 1 out. Alonso, Davis, and Smith on base. And Ramos up at the plate. Pacers beating the Wizards 111-110. Nuggets beating the Thunder in OT 121-113. Needed overtime. Actually, it did need overtime. It clicked, went over. Even without overtime, it still would have went over. We already know the Heat losing by 4 to the Raptors, because that one got us. That one stung. Kyle says the Braves under is killing you. Yeah, you take into consideration Soroka going down. There's nothing you can do about that. You could in-game bet the over, but it's probably a lot higher now with Soroka out and not having the availability for him to go 5 innings or 6 innings. Keep in mind, you really only needed Soroka to go 5 or 6 for probably the game to be on track to stay under. If they get lucky and get out of the inning, you'll definitely have a chance. If Ramos or another Met tees off on Rusin, then it's not going to be looking so swell. And you can chalk that one up to bad luck. Anytime your starting pitcher or a key player goes down, you can chop that one up to bad luck. It's 4-0 Mets. 4-0 Mets right now, according to Sports Betting Prime, with the total run being 10.5. So, top of the third, 4-0 on a base hit. The total was 10.5. I do see an alternate total of 8.5, but there's no line on it yet. As soon as it unlocks, I'll let you know what it is. Maybe there's a hedge where you pay a little juice, because right now it's definitely not looking good. Beastie Pop says, my man DeGrom needs to pitch for the Metsies every day. The 4-0 Mets is not because of DeGrom. The 4-0 is with Soroka going down. So, and remember, it's the Braves. We went over this in their hot streak. At least 3 of those games that they've won recently, they shouldn't have won. Some late heroics and amazing comebacks by the Braves have them where they're at. So, I don't have all the faith in the world that the Mets will be able to hold on unless DeGrom is able to go the distance. And if that's the case, then that's a whole different story. But for some reason, the Braves like to play from behind. Braves plus 4.5, minus 105 now, without their starting pitcher. 2 out, spaces loaded. I'll pass. I'll pass on that one at plus 4.5. Grounded out. Got out of the inning. I'm trying to wait to see if there's a live line on it to see what they are live, just for fun, just to see. The Braves are plus 565, down 4. DeGrom and the Mets are minus 830 live. $830 live. Minus 830. Plus 565 for the Braves. Atlanta to get a run in the bottom. Oh, no, that's actually a Mets stat right there. The Mets to score in the 4th inning is plus 240. DeGrom will go 6 innings. Yes, I agree. But that's an interesting one right there. The Mets to score in the 4th inning is plus 240. But you have to remember how a lot of that started, so. It's probably quite a bit, Aaron. It's probably quite a bit. From what I've seen so far this year, starting pitchers haven't had the freedom and the luxury to blow games. In a 60-game series, managers are pulling their starting pitcher, if you notice, quick. They're pulling them quick. 2 innings, you don't have it, they go straight to the bullpen. EO started with a hit. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm sure if Soroka wouldn't have rolled his ankle, we probably would have seen a little different course of action down the stretch. Maybe not. Maybe not. But more than likely, I would imagine that we would have. I would imagine that we would have. Now, you can actually get the Mets over The Mets and the Braves over 9.5 live, minus 105. It's pretty close to your 8.5, but still, or under 8.5. You can still get shafted there on both. Ohtani was off. Yep, he's been off. He's, I don't think he's going to pay out what the Angels were banking on. Chris, thank you for jumping on board the Premium Play Restart Package. Same thing, Jim Yee. Dennis as well. Tom, I know you jumped on the Consensus Plays. Welcome on board. Everybody else that's on board today as well, welcome, welcome, welcome. New to the channel, hit the subscribe button right down below. We're going to jump White Sox off to a hot start. They haven't put one across home plate yet. No outs. Runners on second and third with Jose Abreu on the mound, or Jose Abreu up to bat, with Anderson on the mound. Abreu still looking for that second home run of the year. Pirates up 1-0. We lean towards the over on that one. That was first pitch leadoff home run, first pitch of the game. Kyle says, I had first 5 under 4. That's gone. Well, maybe you'll be looking at a push. Hopefully. Hopefully you'll be looking at a push. As far as the Royals-Cubs game, obviously Cubs have been not producing a lot of runs, but producing, so I do lean towards them. Giants-Rockies, we've got a play on that one, a system play. Same thing with the Padres and Dodgers. Jeff says, yo, Kyle, instead of a premium restart, do a Kyle restart. I already have one. It's my all-in package. It's every single one of my personal plays, including my game of the weeks until the end of the World Series, which runs until, I think, October 10th or October 12th. The best part about it is it includes all of my game of the weeks. So it's more money. It's definitely more money than the Premium Play Restart package, but you get every single one of my game of the weeks at $100 a pop. So you get all of August, September, part of October. On average, 4.5 weeks a month. That's 9 plus 2. You're getting at least 11 game of the weeks. So that one's $750 for all my personal plays and all my game of the weeks. You would spend more than that on all my game of the weeks. So we do have one. It is up there. I thought about doing like a little hybrid one that didn't include the game of the week, so it wasn't as expensive for people. If there's interest in that from people, it would probably be something similar. Obviously, it wouldn't be too cheap, but it wouldn't have the game of the weeks. Braves with a hit. You are right, Princess Chacho. Alrighty, so Royals and Cubs delayed as well. Aaron says he's so tempted to get plus money on the San Diego money line. You know, here a couple weeks ago, or not even a couple weeks ago, a week ago, before the weekend, let me just change that. Before the weekend, you know, you had the red-hot Padres. They won 4 out of 5 with 1 loss against the Giants. They took the series against the Diamondbacks, winning 3 out of 4 to start the year. They took their series, winning 2 out of 3 against the Giants. Then they met the team that was even hotter than them in the Rockies, a mile high. They won the first game, and they shouldn't have. The Rockies bullpen blew it. They should have got swept. They should have been swept. And I was pissed because that was a system play. It should have been a Game 1 winner. But we got it in Game 2. Padres lost Game 3 as well. And here they are. They're getting the Dodgers, another hot team. Last year, the Padres did some damage on the Dodgers. They face a very big test right now. They, no doubt about it, little 3-game series down in San Diego, it's going to be a big test for them. They get Buehler today. Luckily for them, they're going to miss Kershaw. But they're going to get old May tomorrow, who's been red hot, although he'll be going up against Lamet, more than likely. And then in Game 3 of their series, they're going to get Stripling against old Richards. So they definitely have their work cut out for them today in this game. Total at 8. Not in a hitter's ballpark. It is the Dodgers, though, and the Dodgers have been cracking them. All right, the Dodgers have been red hot. Now, they did have their loss to the Diamondbacks. They beat them 6-3. They ended up losing 5-3. Then they smashed them 11-2, which was guaranteed Saturday. And then yesterday, the Dodgers won in a very low-scoring, tight game, 3-0. Kershaw pitched a flawless start for them. But now they draw the Padres, and the Padres are surging, no doubt about it. Paddock and Buehler should be a good duel today. Oh, back to Oakland and Seattle. We were talking about Montas before the whole thing, the stream unraveled, okay? Before the stream unraveled. And again, if you haven't done so, please do. Give us a big thumbs up in this video as well, just like you did the last one. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way you don't miss a beat. I see some of the cameras are acting up still. Believe it or not. I don't know why. Let me know if the feed goes down. I think it's back up, but it actually froze on mine for a minute, and I think it's freezing again. Something's weird today. They definitely did something. So, but if this camera angle works, great. We'll just leave it here, and we won't mess with it. We'll leave it here, and we won't mess with it. And hopefully this works. Tom's dinner time. Got to go. The same thing. I got to go to dinner as well too. So we did not get to run. I do lean towards Oakland though. I do really like Oakland. The line was down to 177. I did debate betting it. I stayed away from it when it was minus 190. Now that it's down into the 170s, if it drops a little more, I'm going to watch it. Obviously, we got 50 minutes before it goes. But if it drops into the low 170s, high 160s, I will fire on it. I definitely will fire on it. So the Braves are now plus 885 live. Not betting that one. So just double checking real quick before I jump over to the NBA for that final game and get you guys on a free play. As far as the A's go, they're still minus 177. The minus 1.5 is minus $1.20. Even minus 1 is minus 156. If I was going to take minus 1, minus 156, I would just lay another 21-cent juice and take them on the money line. I'm not afraid myself personally to take a minus 177. I'll probably bet it again. or not bet it again, but bet it. But if that line drops, I may bet it even more. I do like Oakland today. I think Oakland is definitely the play in that game. I think they're the better team. I think they're obviously on a roll, and they should have no problems. I think this game might be a little closer than I would like to fire on something big, but if that line drops into the 160s, which you don't have much more to go, 8 cents, it'll be in the 160s, and I might just fire on them. Prince Chachi says, Kyle, Oakland run line. I think that game has the capability to be a close game today. Prince Chachi says Oakland will win by 2. If you're a firm believer that Oakland wins by 2, then lay the run line. But laying from 120 to minus 177, myself personally, I'll lay the other 57-cent juice, assuming it doesn't drop $1, and I'll take them on the money line. Kyle says you see him at minus 189. That must not be a 5 dimes line, and if it is, it literally just changed in the last one. I'm still seeing 177. I just hit the refresh button on it. Minus 170 first 5 I do like. But if it drops into the 160s, I like it even more. I like it even more if it drops into the 160s. Real quick update on the Reds. Starting in 16 minutes. Reds game starting at 8:40 Eastern Time. Sean, we're going to talk about that one next. We're going right over to it next. Blackhawks and Edmonton Oilers here in just a minute. That game had like umpteen goals just the other day, if you guys remember. It was a 6-4 final by the Blackhawks. It was a 6-4 final. There was 5 goals in the first period. The Blackhawks dominated from start to finish, except for the last 2 minutes, where Edmonton piled on a couple do-nothing goals. That line was actually bet down from 6.5 to 6. Obviously, 6.5 is a big number in that game. And it was overinflated based on what happened in game 1. I mean, I think at one point the Blackhawks had 3 goals or 4 goals and 12 shots in the first period. That one is bet down from 6.5 to 6. At 5 dimes, it's minus 105. You could actually get over 5.5, minus 135. I bet that the other day on game 1, and I cashed it. I bet the first period over. I bet they score the first 5 minutes. I did the whole 1 and 10, 2 and 15. We absolutely mopped up in that game. Taking a look at the Blackhawks real quick. First period over is minus 135. You can still get the over. And the Blackhawks were one of the best teams when it came to betting the first period over 1.5 goals. Okay? That game starts in 2 hours. So you have plenty of time. Mr. Grover, I hope you're doing well. Same thing with your father. I hope everything's going well. Yeah, Princess Chacho, the Reds game is still delayed, but it's starting at 8:40 Eastern Time, 14 minutes from now. So I do lean towards the Blackhawks. I love the Blackhawks in this series. I said that earlier in the week. We took them at plus money. They're plus 113 today on the money line. I like the Blackhawks. I think they dominate again today. I think it goes over 5.5. I don't know if it goes over 6. Probably does, but on 5 dimes you can get over 6 minus 105 or over 5.5 minus 135. The smart man in me would say take the over 5.5, lay a little bit more juice. And if it lands on 6, you're not getting a push, you're getting a win. But one that I will be betting is, you're very welcome, Mr. Grover. The one that I will be betting is the Blackhawks first period over 1.5. And we're going to put up another little prop bet up onto the board. Get that one up on the board for you guys. the fact that it's still only minus 135 to me is a buy. Alan Mitchell says White Sox up to nothing. Was the premium on the White Sox? Can't tell you that. But no, Milwaukee. We took the Brewers today. But that game's way too early to tell. Way too early to tell. Mets runners on first and second, 1 out. Pirates up 1-0. White Sox up. It's actually 2-1. It's actually 2-1. And runner on second for the Brewers. So fingers crossed we still cash on that one. I hope we cash on everything today. Especially these free plays for all you guys that tune in with me, which is, it's a lot of fun. I'll be honest, I have so much fun doing these shows. And it tells, I mean, we've been live for a couple hours now between both the first feed and this feed. So want to run right over to the NBA, talk about that for just a minute before I get on and get out of here. Lewis, do I bet the hockey plays as the same as a premium play? No. I bet the hockey plays for $500 a game. $500 a game. Now, sometimes, like the first period is over, I'll fire, but that's my, that's something that I'm doing myself. But as far as the NHL package, CFL when we had it last year, $500 a game. I keep it consistent. $500 a game, $500 a game, $500 a game. Would I rather go to the World Series, the NBA Finals, or the Super Bowl? It all depends who's playing. Base hit, Mets up 5-0. Sorry, Kyle, the other Kyle, for your first 5 under. I was hoping you were going to hit it. Brewers plus 1.5. Live that's a good number right there. Minus 130 for the Brewers, plus 1.5 runs, down 1. But anyways, back to the Lakers and the Jazz. Lakers laying 6. Popping up the live odds for that, so give me 1 second, folks. Lakers laying 6, minus $1.10, minus 250 on the money line. Total over and under 217.5. Lakers individual team total over 111.5 is definitely attractive, no doubt about it. Thank you for pointing out the Milwaukee live line. I just tried to bet it, and it's off the board. They took it away from me, but I did try and bet it. Let me see if it pops back up. Sometimes they take it away, then it comes right back. But nope, they took it away from me. But I tried. I tried putting it in for 500. It was actually minus 125. Pittsburgh up 2-0. Okay. Not a problem. That game's early, too. But back to the NBA. Back to the Lakers, back to the Jazz. Lakers coming off their loss to the Raptors, who they haven't beaten since, I think, 14 games now. All right, dating back to a long time ago. Some of you watching were not even old enough to bet on sports back then. Okay? So, as far as today, Lakers with the big comeback. LeBron James, Anthony Davis, definitely looking for the loss to the Thunder. They lost by 16 points. What do I think happened in this one? As far as the total goes, as far as this one, like, this part is just lean towards the I also believe that one back. went on. All of a sudden, sound that you actually the live software could be something that orders and fantastic. If you guys can see